Okay, dear student, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today I will teach you a very important topic for you. This is a important for all the students from class 8 to intermediate. But if you are a student of class 8 and if you can have a clear idea about narration, then all the time you will enjoy these topics. Anyway, let's start. So before starting, main things that is changing, we should know what is narration. Do you know what is narration? Okay, don't worry. Look here, the narration has come from the word narrate. The word narrate means to describe something. So narration has come from the word narrate. When we narrate, that means when we describe something, what we see, when we narrate something, what we see and listen around us, that is called narration. Are you clear about that? Every day we see a lot of incident around us. Every day we listen a lot of incident around us. But when we report or narrate those incidents, that is called narration. You understand? That means narration means reporting. When we report something, what happens around us, when we report something that happen around us, that is called narration. For example, so sorry, now your school is closed, so you are very sorry, but you are very happy when your school was open. One day some of your friends said, one friend said, "You are my best friend," and another friend said, "I was busy to be less." He was very jolly-minded friend. And another friend said he was very suspicious, and he told you, "Do you think me as your best friend?" And another very learned friend, he said, "Let us learn English." Look at these four sentences you are telling. Those are told in your class. But if you say only this sentence, or if you write only this sentence, will we be able to know all information? No. Will this sentence will clearly express who said this sentence and whom said? No. But if you tell or write in this way, Shuman said to me, "You are my best friend. I will visit your village." Mamun said, Shojib said, "Do you think me as your best friend?" Jamal said to me, "Let us learn English." If you write this four sentence, then, or if you say these four sentence, then we will be clear who said you and whom said. You understand? That means by these sentences you can clearly report, you can clearly inform what happened on those days, who said on those days. You understand? So that these sentences are called narration, because these sentences are clearly informing us about what happened on those days. You understand? So what can we say? We can say when some sentences are used to narrate or to describe or to report some incident, some happening, that is called narration. So narration means actually report. So narration is used to report something. Report, it's very important. You understand? So I hope you are little bit clear what is the narration. Narration means reporting. When we narrate something, what happened around us, that is called narration. Okay, look, you have reported your events or incident what happened during your school hour by these four sentence, but you can also report that incidents in another way. Look, you can narrate or report in this way. Shuman said to me that I was his best friend. Maman said to me that he would visit my village. Sajid asked me if I thought him as my best friend. Jamil proposed to me to learn English. You can also, so if you write this sentence, then you also be able to know what happened, who said and whom said. You understand? So what is narration? Narration is reporting. When we report something, that is called narration. So we can report something or some incident in two ways. One way is in this way. There was no change what the main speaker said. You are my best friend. And another is to changing something happened. Okay, anyway, we are clear that narration means to describe or to narrate or to report something. So we can narrate or report something in two ways. Okay, so narration are two kinds: direct narration and indirect narration. What is direct narration? In direct narration, when something is narrated without changing anything of the main speech, that is direct narration. And indirect, when something is narrated changing something of the main speech of the speaker, that is direct narration. Look the example. Rana said, I am ill today. This is direct narration. Okay, and Rana said that he was ill that day. There was some change. I has been changed. M has been changed. Was today has been that day. Okay. So what can we say? We can say narration are of two kinds: direct narration and indirect narration. Direct narration, when something is narrated without changing anything of the main speech. And indirect narration, when something is narrated changing something of the main speech of the speaker. Look, another sentence. The teacher said to the students, how are you? What kind of narration it is? It is a direct narration. Okay, so because now teachers asked the students how they were, it is an indirect narration. So what can we say here? See here. You can see here in direct narration there is inverted comma. This is very important. Inverted comma. Okay. So okay. Here now we have to know three important topics or factors of narration. Three important factors of direct narration. They are reporting verb. Generally it is said outside inverted comma. Look here, this said reporting verb said outside inverted comma, next reporting speech, reporting is outside inverted comma with reporting verb. Look here, this sentence, the teacher said to the student, oh, this part is reporting speech, this part outside inverted comma. And number 3, reported speech inside inverted comma, and that is the most important part and factor. Reported speech. Look, I am ill, that is reported speech inside the inverted comma. Here reported speech, how are you, that is reported speech. You understand? We have to change this reported speech when we change indirect narration from the direct narration. Okay, so dear student, what you have understood, you have already understood what is narration, how many kinds of narration, and how can you trace direct narration, indirect narration, and three important factors of direct narration: reporting verb, reporting speech, and reported speech. So go to the next slide. Look at the changes. Shakib said to me, I am fine today. What kind of narration it is? Yes, it is a direct narration. Clearly understood because inverted comma. So how can you make it indirect narration? Look, said. Look here, what changes? Shakib told me that he was fine. Another word has been missing that day. Okay, so how many changes? Look here. Shakib said has been told me. Inverted comma has been out that. And I has been he. Am has been was. Fine, there's no change. And today has been that. So how many changes here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 changes. Okay. One change is reporting verb. One change is inverted comma, and other changes happens in reported speech, pronoun and verb. Look at another. He said to me, do you know me? So what is the indirect narration of it? He asked me if I knew him. Look at the changes here. He said to me, it has been changed, asked. But here you can ask me why. Here has been changed told, but here asked. Because this sentence is different. It is different sentence and it is different sentence. So here has been changed, said has been changed, asked. Inverted comma has been changed if, and you has been changed I, no has been changed new, present has been past, and me has been him, and this question mark has been full stop. And another changes, can you see? Yes, this do has been out. Why? And where has this do gone? Wait, this do has been out because indirect narration is always assertive sentence, and in assertive sentence there is no auxiliary verb needed, so do has been out. You understand? Okay, another. He said to me, don't you like cricket? So, okay, this is like that, question mark. So change it here. He asked, said has been changed, asked me if, then you, your pronoun has been changed, I, and do not has been didn't because auxiliary verb has been changed, did not like cricket. But you can ask me, this do has been out, but here do is in. Why? Because this is an affirmative sentence, this is a negative sentence. In negative sentence there is auxiliary verb, but in affirmative sentence there is no auxiliary verb. Okay, so how many changes we can see here? In this sentence we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. In this sentence we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes. We can see 6 changes happened here. In this sentence we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 changes. So we can say, to make indirect narration from direct narration we have to do 6 changes. Now let's know what are these 6 changes. Okay, before going to know about more 6 changes, let's see more changes. Okay, he said to me, when did you go to Khulna? This is direct narration. Are you sure about this? Oh yes, because there is an inverted comma. Now make it indirect. Look here. This is a question. He asked me when I had gone to Kulna. How many changes here? Said has been changed. Asked. Inverted comma has been out. It is also one kind of change, has been out. Here when has been used. So to and you has been I, and this auxiliary did has been changed had. Go has been changed got. So how many changes here? Here are 1, 2, 3, 4 changes. So look, more changes. Okay. Shakib said, I am not fine. Look at here. This is repeating verb, inverted comma, and pronoun and verb. These will be changed. Look. Yes, Shakib said. Okay, as it is said, it does not need to be changed. Shakib said that this pronoun has been changed. He. This verb has been changed. Am was not fine, and today has been changed that. So okay, we have to know what kind of changes. Repeating, you are being aware gradually. Then repeating verb has to be changed. Inverted comma has to be changed. Pronoun has to be changed. Verb has to be changed. Okay, go to the next sentence. She said to me, I called you yesterday. So now let's try to make it indirect. She, okay, look. She said to me. You can write said to me, or you can write she told me. An inverted comma has been changed that, and I it has been changed she, and this called verb has been changed. Verb has been changed called. Had called. Verb has been changed. Had called me the previous day. Look at here. M had been changed was. Here this verb has been changed. Had gone. Why? Don't worry. We will discuss this later. But in this slide, you just follow the changes. Just follow the changes. Okay, look. Just look. Ronnie said to his sister, you are wasting your time. Look, where you have to change. Said, inverted comma, you are. You. Okay, now indirect. Ronnie told his sister that you. Okay, you. Who is you? Actually, you are wasting time. This is the main speech. And who said? Ronnie said. And whom said? His sister. So she was changing her time. Said to has been changed to. Inverted comma has been changed that, and you has been changed she, and R has been changed to watched, and you has been changed her. Okay. Now go to the next sentence. He said to me, do you know me? Oh, look at this sentence. This sentence is question. Okay. So yeah, the said will be told. No, the said will be. He asked me. Look at this changes. Said has been changed here. Asked, because this is different sentence from these three sentences. Okay. He asked me if. So inverted comma has been changed also if. But in this three sentence, inverted comma has been changed that. You can understand, because this sentence is different from these three sentences. If and do you know me? Do you has been changed. I know has been changed new, and me has been changed him, and do has been out, because it is assertive sentence and affirmative sentence. And you know, in assertive sentence and in affirmative sentence, no need of auxiliary verb. So go to the next sentence. The teacher said to me, how are you? Look here, this is also question mark. So said will be changed into asked. The teacher asked me, Look here, this is another interesting matter that in this sentence we have used if in place of inverted comma, but here I have used how, because this is a question sentence but this is a WH question, how are you, but that is not WH question. Yes, okay, next time we'll describe details, but now only log the changes. So we can see the changes here. The teacher said to has been asked, me, how, I, R has been was, you understand, and question mark has been full stop, you know earlier. Next sentence, mother said to me, the poor, help me, look at this sentence, this is another type of sentence, help the poor. This is not question, this is not assertive, but this is an imperative sentence. Look, say how change. Yes, mother advised. Take a look, this set has been changed, advised me, and this question and this inverted comma has been changed too. So now students, we have understood that to change indirect narration from direct narration we have to change something. So how many changes we have to do? Can you say? Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay, now we will know how many changes. Okay, 6 basic changes happens. How many changes? 6 basic changes. Look, reporting verb. You know reporting verb? General said outside the inverted comma. It is changed according to reported speech. What is reported speech? Reported speech inverted inside inverted comma. So now inverted comma will be changed according to also reported speech. You know reported speech inside the inverted comma. If the sentence is assertive, then reported inverted comma will be that. If the reported sentence is interrogative, inverted comma will be if or WH. Okay, I will later explain details. Okay, now go to the next. Pronoun changes. Pronoun change according to subject and object of the reporting verb. You understand? The pronoun actually inside reported speech, these pronouns are representative of subject and object of the reporting verb. So pronoun will be changed according to subject and object of the reporting verb. If the pronoun is first person, it will follow subject. If the pronoun is second person, it will follow the object, and if the pronoun is third person, it will no follow, it will be unchanged. Okay, next slide I will discuss details. Go to more. Tense of verb will be corresponding past. This is very interesting. Corresponding, what is that? Corresponding. Oh, fine, it is very interesting. If the tense of inverted, if the tense of reported speech is present indefinite, in indirect narration it will be past indefinite. That is corresponding past. If the tense of reported speech in indirect narration is present continuous, in indirect narration it will be past continuous. If the sentence is present perfect, to change it into indirect it will be past perfect. That is corresponding past. That means present indefinite will be past indefinite, present continuous will be past continuous, present perfect will be past perfect. That is past corresponding. But if the sentence inside the inverted comma past indefinite, it will be more past. That is, it will be past perfect. And if the all details I will explain next. But here we are just being aware of 6 basic changes. What changes will have to be done? Okay, another changes. Punctuation will be full stop for all time. Remember this thing. Indirect narration is always assertive sentence. So when you change direct narration into indirect, then all time you have to use full stop, full stop. You understand? Because the indirect narration is always assertive, because indirect narration is report. Report plus means narrate. Reports means describe. That is assertive. You understand? Okay, dear students, I hope something are pinching your brain. Then you are understanding something and you are not understanding something. But I hope you understand. You have understood something. Can I hope that? Yes. So can I repeat again that you have understood what is narration, how many kinds of narration, and 3 factors of narration, and some changes. Okay? So if you are not clear, you can repeatedly watch the previous slides again and again. Then you must be clear about what I taught you. Okay? Now we will practice more. Oh, it's the no changes of tense. Okay, interestingly, we have already understood that we have to do 6 changes on the tense, but sometimes there is no change of tense. When? If reporting verb is of present or future tense, if reported speech is of universal or habitual fact, then no change of tense. Example, he says, I am a student. Look at says. This says, look here. He says, I am a student. Look at this is a present tense and this is reporting verb. So it will be he says that I am. It will not be was. It will be he is a student. There is no change of tense because this reporting verb is present. Another, she will say to me, I will help you. Look at here. She will say to me. This is a reporting speech and this is a future tense. So that reported speech is future tense. So the indirect narration will be, she will say to me that she will help you. No change will. This present will not be changed would. It will be same. She will help me. Because if the reported verb is a present and future tense, there is no change of tense. You understand? He says, I am a student. He says this is the present. So I am a student. He is a student. No change of tense. She will say to me, this is future reporting speech, future tense. So there will be no change. She will help me. And another, the teacher said the honest are happy. This is the universal truth. So there will be no change. Look, the teacher said that the honest are happy. And that is the end of our main things of narration. Okay? And now if you practice, then you will be clear about narration and you will be expert. Okay? Let's go. How reporting verb is changed. If the reported speech is assertive, reported verb will be said. If the reported speech interrogative, reported verb will be asked. If reported speech is imperative, reported verb will be advised, order, requested, opposed. Optative, if reported speech is optative, reporting verb will be prayed or wished. If reported speech is exclamatory, it will be exclaim with joy and exclaim with sorrow or wonder. Okay? And how inverted comma is changed? It depends on the reported speech. For assertive sentence, it will be that. For interrogative sentence, it will be if or WS words. For imperative sentence, it will be to. For exclamatory sentence, it will be that. how pronoun is changed. First person will be changed according to subject of the reporting verb. Second person will be changed according to the object of the reporting verb, and third person will be unchanged. How verb and tense are changed, I have already told you. Then present will be past, that means B1 will be B2, and past will be past perfect, that means B2 will be had B3, and past perfect is no change, and B3 will be had plus B3, and okay, there is some problems, and amizar will be wazar, and wazar will be had been, and have has will be had, will shall will be would, can may will be could might should have to, should have, could might should have to, no change, will be no change. Okay, so the and must will be had to, and must for universal truth. If in direct notion there is must, it will be changed the had to, and it will no change, it will be must if the sentence is universal truth. Okay, we will see all these if we will go to practice. Now more some words of nearness which is changed. These will be that, these will be those, here will be there, ago will be before, come will go, thus, so, today, that day. You can take a snap or you can just see later, no need to explain these details. Okay, now go to the next. If the sentence of SM, now we are going to practice directly. Okay, dear student, be ready and now practice. Reporting verb. If the sentence is a free assertive, reporting verb will be said or told, comma will be that, other change will be as usual. Now, said Rana said he wrote a poem yesterday. This is an assertive sentence. Look, reporting verb will be said or told. Rana. Yes, what will be here? It will be Rana said that he is third person pronoun how change, third person is no change. So he, this verb wrote, it will be past by had, wrote, written a poem yesterday, the previous day. And okay, now practice. Salam said to me, I write a letter. What will be? Salam told me, I, and will be changed. This is a pronoun, past person pronoun follows subject, so it will go to Salam. Salam will be changed into he. Salam told me that he, write present tense, it will be past. He wrote a letter. You understand? Next, he said to me, I wrote your poem. So what will be changed? He told me that I, it will go again, subject. He, this is a past tense, wrote, this is past tense. So it will be had, written, past will be past perfect. Your, second person will follow object, me. So it will be my poem. You understand? So what will be indirect? He told me that he had written my poem. Okay, next, he said, I shall write a letter. He said that I, first person will be will follow subject he, shall will be would, he would write a letter. He said I am writing a letter. So what will happen? He said that he, Emily was writing a letter. I think if you practice, then you must be able to change. Okay, so dear student, I hope let me finish today's class. I hope that if you repeatedly watch my whole presentation again and again, and you must be able to change direct narration into indirect narration. And I hope you will practice at home, and if you feel any problem, you can contact with me by messenger or by calling phone. Okay, so till then, till the next class, I wishing you best luck. Bye bye, see you again next time.